Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Burkholder. I miss you guys so much. It's been so long since I've got to see you last. Well, I am outside in my backyard. I'm trying to soak up all of this nice weather. Can you believe that we had snow the last couple of days? Man, I am just so ready for this warm weather to stay. I hope you guys are taking advantage of this warm weather too and getting outside as much as you can and just playing and having fun, but also working hard on your packets. So I promised you that we were going to follow Mrs. Mishler's frog's journey, okay? And I know that you're working on something else right now with Mrs. Glessner in science, but I want to keep my promise to you. So we already saw that our frogs were an egg, and that was the first stage of their life cycle. Then we saw that they were becoming tadpoles. And then the last video we saw they were getting their legs. So now, what comes next? They're froglets now. So they're gonna look a little different from what we've actually seen so far. Okay, and I am going to toss it over to Mrs. Mishler and we're gonna check on our frogs. Ready? Here we go.
Hi little eagles and families, it's Mrs. Mishler here. I have some very exciting news for you. Our tadpoles are developing through their life cycle very quickly, and they will soon become what we consider a frog. We've seen this part of their life cycle, the frog spawn when they were in the egg. Then we saw them hatch out as tadpoles that swam only with their tails and breathed with gills. Underwater, of course. And then they evolved into having legs in the back. And now our tadpoles look like this. Some of them do. They have developed back legs and now front legs. So they're turning more into a frog in the way their body is structured. And you can see both sets of legs. I'm going to show you the habitat that I created for them. This is a little different than what they had been living in. I put some rocks in this new habitat because they're going to start popping out of the water more and breathing with lungs outside of the water. So our little froglets, I see one down here at the bottom, he can swim up to the top and hop out for a little bit and start to use his lungs to breathe. You can see him down here at the bottom. It looks like he might be hungry. He's eating some spinach that I put into the water. They like spinach, and spinach is really healthy for them. So maybe I'll zoom in, maybe you can see. This little froglet has back and front legs, still a tail. His tail over the next few days will begin to shorten, and he'll spend more time outside of the water, most likely on top of the rock up here that's sticking out. And I will show you a little bit more about that development as it happens. But I want to tell you a little bit more about frogs, some interesting little facts. Our froglets, I've noticed, have golden eyes. Frogs' eyes can be silver, golden, green, or brown, which is really neat. And our frogs' eyes and nose are on the top of their head. Do you think you might know why that might be? So they can breathe and they can see when most of their body is under the water. So they can just peek their little head up when they're in their pond and breathe a little bit and look around. Frogs also have small cone-shaped teeth in their upper jaw, and they use those teeth to hold their prey in place before they eat them. And a frog, interestingly, this is really neat about frogs, they have a nervous system that's similar to ours. They have a brain, a spinal cord, and they have nerves, very much like us as humans, which is really, really cool. Let's see, we'll take a look around and see if we can find another little froglet. Maybe one that's swimming about. Let's see. We'll turn the habitat a bit. There's one. There he is. You see him? There he goes. He's using both his front and back legs to swim, and his tail a little bit too. We'll give it a few more days, and then I'm going to check back with you and show you how these little froglets will spend a little bit more time outside of the water on top of the rock. Until then, little eagles, take care.